She signed up for free and saw that Twitter pages look a little like blogs with very short posts. Each page is personal and has updates from friends. She got started by looking up her friends on Twitter.com. After finding a few, she clicked follow to start seeing their updates on her Twitter page. Within hours, she began to see a different side of people she chose to follow. She didn't know that Steven in Seattle was a baseball fan, or that Julia in London was reading a new investment book. The little messages from Twitter painted a picture of her friends, family, and coworkers that she'd never seen before. It was the real world. Soon, she became a fan of Twitter and posted updates every day. Her friends followed her updates and learned that she recently discovered a passion for Van Halen. They could see Carla's life between blog posts and emails. For Carla, Twitter worked because it was simple. The updates were always short, under 140 characters. Plus, she could post updates and follow her friends using the Twitter website, software on her browser, a mobile phone, or instant messages. By asking members to answer the question, "What are you doing?" Carla found that Twitter brought her closer to people that matter to her, 140 characters at a time. Find out what your friends are doing at twitter.com.
So, if you've ever used Facebook to update your status, or if you've ever used like an iChat instant message program, like maybe MSN or something, it's kind of a hybrid of those two things, right? You're telling people what you're doing, but at the same time you're having kind of a conversation that's happening out in the public. It's like being at a party, right? You can shout something out to the whole room, or you can point at someone and say, "Hey Tom, you're looking nice today," but everybody can hear it, right? It's kind of a hybrid of those two things. So what does it look like? Let's pull up twitter.com. This is twitter.com. I'm going to sign in as Spark CBC, which is the radio show that I work for. And this is the homepage, right? So you can see all the people that are following. And earlier, a couple minutes ago, I Twittered, I said I was making a video for Tech Night at Fog Lounge. And I was wondering about the best uses of Twitter for creative types, right? And all the people that I'm following here, including MC Hammer and Jimmy Fallon, we've got all their updates sort of in real time, right? Ranked like on a blog from most recent to the oldest, right? And so this is where I would type in what I'm doing, and I did that a couple minutes ago. Here I've got some, you can click on replies, so you can see what people have responded with, right? So Gina here says, advertising, event announcements, links to blogs, ways to find out about a grant application. So this is in reply to my question of what's useful for creative people in Twitter. Also, road updates or gallery opening updates in real time can be interesting. I think that's a really good point, actually. You know, there's probably a tendency to at first see your Twitter as kind of another outlet for pimping your stuff, right? Like for just saying, "Hey, I've got a show coming up, come to it," or "Hey, I've got a gallery opening, you should check it out, here's the link. Me, come see me, give me money, buy my CD." And I think Twitter, like Lee says, is sort of about those in-between things, right? So maybe in addition to saying, "Hey, we've got a CD release coming up," you can say, "Hey, we're also playing a show in a week in Halifax. Do you know any good restaurants to eat?" And then maybe somebody would reply and give you some suggestions, and then you could go eat there, and then you could say, "Thanks for those suggestions. We ate at that place and Bobby got diarrhea, and thanks anyway." You know, and I think that the key with Twitter, especially when you're starting, is to not be annoying, right? You don't want to just be pummeling people with stuff all about you. I mean, it's sort of a self-centered thing. What are you doing? But it's kind of evolved into a bit more of a communications tool, like a big public conversation, right? So you can follow people, like you could follow Tom, right? We're already following Tom. You could follow a musician like Jonathan Colton, right? So who tours around a lot. He talks a lot about things that he's noticing. He's taking requests for tonight in Seattle. So if you wanted to hear a particular tune, you could reply to Jonathan Golden and he might play a song that night. That's a really neat idea. Bjork likes to Twitter. Lots of links to things. Wow, and saying lots of thank you for the follow. Thanks for the ad, like on MySpace. Follow MC Hammer, who follows an awful lot of people. So, you know, there are musicians and creative types out there using this quite a lot. Not so much to, you know, MC Hammer isn't saying buy my new MC Hammer CD. He's saying, he's talking about New Orleans, right? So, what if you said, Dan, this all sounds really great. Sign me up. Let's do that. So I'm going to sign out, and I'm going to say, let's get started. Let's get started. Oh, I can't read that at all. Okay, I think I've finally got 2 words. So I'm going to be Dan Meisner. I'm going to be New Beatles, which is my band name. We're better than the New Beatles. Or the regular Beatles. Type in a password. Cartwright B. Create my account. What? Okay, so this is a neat step. This is like on Facebook or lots of other services where you can go through and you can scan your existing contacts. You're not going to spam them. You're not going to add them automatically. It's just checking. So if you trust Twitter enough to give it your you know, your Gmail, it'll find people who you may already be friends with. This would be good if you were, you know, a band or something, or you had a really large mailing list already that you managed through. Okay, so all these people. I'm gonna skip this step because I don't actually want to add these people. So I'm gonna skip by this. Oh, do I want to be Britney Spears' friend? Yes, absolutely, but no one else. Okay. So I'm now following Britney Spears, and that's it. Come on. Now, here's the thing. You may think that you're done now. That, oh, I'm the new Beatles, and wow, everyone's immediately going to start following me. No. Really good idea to go into your profile and fill it out, because no one's going to be able to find you otherwise. Add a photo. Not a bad idea. Do I have a photo of... there we go. We'll add a picture. Pick a nice picture. But really, go in and fill this out, because this doesn't ask you by default. So, more info. If you got a blog, if you have a MySpace, if you have something like that, fill it out. thenewbeatles.com. We are better than the Beatles. And because we are from Windsor, Ontario, Canada. Terrific. I'm going to show you why this is important later. So we've got a beautiful picture. And when you click on our profile, people can actually read a little bit about you, find out who you are. Okay? Very, very basic stuff, but it doesn't come up automatically, and you really should fill it out. So, beyond starting conversations with your listeners or your fans or people you want to connect with for any number of reasons, what can you do with Twitter that's good? You can follow interesting people like MC Hammer. You can also follow topics. You can do searches across Twitter. I did a search for ukulele because I love the ukulele I played in the New Beatles. and it's got this great Twitter search, so you can actually pay attention to what people are saying about the ukulele.